Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I'm feeling better, so we should have a little bit better time today, and I should be thinking straight. I hope I'm thinking straight. Well, actually, before we get on to today's projects, I did get some more happy mail, you guys. You guys are insane out there. So I got a package from Kathy Leroy, and she orders from me a lot. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. And within the package, she sent me 2 new molds, and they are the cutest little dog prints and dog bones. So I will have to use some extra resin. The only problem with this, giving these away, is I don't know if you guys have dogs when I throw stuff in. So if you don't and you get one, you should know somebody that does have a dog, because those are going to be adorable. All right, back to today. So the other day I did a beach clock for Jan, and last second she's like, can you make me one more thing for my sister-in-law before she leaves? Sure, what do you want? So she wanted a purple tray. Any design that I wanted to do, as long as it had a couple different purples, glitter, and she wanted her sister-in-law's favorite scripture in there. I said, I could do that, no problem. So that's what we're doing today. So I've decided I'm going to do this edge in my lilac. This is the medium one. I also have a fine one, because these are the 2 purples I picked in Mica, and I think that goes the best with it. This one is the one that Renee gave me, and this one is from Estoyo. So a lighter one and a darker one. Of course, Sandy's here to hang out with us too. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of the diamond dust in there. A little bit, not sure. But because this is a medium cut and I don't want it all falling to the surface, I'm just going to pour the rim first. And then I'm not coming up over this edge. I'm going to try to stay underneath it. I'm going to try to do the crackle effect on the rest of it. So I need to get this to set before I do anything else. And then we're going to do the rest in clear and then mica powder. Hopefully the crackle effect will be beautiful. And then we'll put the scripture in there. I have to find out what color she wants her vinyl. So I'm glad I didn't cut it out yet, just assuming. So what I'm going to do is I mixed up 1 ounce of resin already. I did not take the bubbles out because of the glitter. Doesn't matter. I am going to use 1 drop of glue though, because I don't want that medium cut to fall, like I said. And this will stiffen it up good enough that we shouldn't have to worry about that. And I found that 1 drop per ounce seems to be the perfect solution. So far, it hasn't done me wrong yet. So that's nice and thick. You can't really separate it without cutting it with a little stick. See, it won't even come off my stick. It's like 1 piece. That's what you're looking for. All right, I'm just going to put a bunch of my glitter in here. And mix it up really nice. It's got blue hues to it too. This is just so pretty. It is so pretty. I love this one. Look at that. Oops. Of course I'm making a mess of it already. All right, now I'm just going to get my little spoon and get a little bit of this diamond dust stuff in there. That's probably too much. Hopefully not. Might give it a little extra sparkle, or we might not see it at all. I'm not sure. We're going to find out together. So I've got my heat mat under here. I'm going to try to cure this pretty quickly. This is the 4-hour cure already. So we're just going to drip it in. It'll be like 1 stream because it's so thick and gooey. It doesn't even need to come up to the ledge because we're just going to fill this up. Now this mold I have written on there 6.5 ounces. Hopefully that's accurate. And this is about 1 ounce we're using. I'm not sure we'll use the whole ounce. So I'm doing it this way. The last time I did the tray, I didn't wait for the glitter edge to cure, and it did come up and over, and I didn't want that to happen because I was not patient that day, but I will be patient because this is not for me. And I want it as perfect as I can get it. Okay, that looks good. I'm just gonna kind of get every bit off so I have no excuses why it's there later. I guess I can use my handy dandy little spatula that Kimberly sent to me. Get it all off there. This shouldn't take about an hour maybe to get, not necessarily fully cured. I use about just over half of this. So I'll need at least 6 ounces later when we're ready to pour. And we'll split that into 2, actually 3, because we're going to need a transparent and we're going to need the 2 alcohol inks. I'm just going to run my little stick here around this edge. Hopefully it'll unclog any kind of air bubbles. I don't know that there are any because it's so thick. And it just kind of lays down anyway. All right. Well, that's it for now. Until it is nice and solid. It's fully cured and obviously is not going to move now. I can't really peek. You can't really see the color from the other side. So what I'm going to do, I've mixed up 6 ounces of my casting resin, which is this one here. If you are new to my channel, this is what I'm always using. And the reason I'm choosing that one is it's going to move the longest. No more heat mat for this at all. Because if you turn your heat mat on, you will not get your crackle effect. I'm just praying I get it at all. Generally, for the crackle effect, you're going to pour a layer of a transparent. You can put an alcohol ink in it if you want to, of whatever color you want. I'm going to leave mine clear this time because you will still get that crackle effect. And I don't know what color vinyl I'm using yet. So I was going to do black to get a black veining, but I don't know. I think the clear is going to be fine too. So I have mixed up 6 ounces. I did not take the bubbles out because it's not really going to matter. We're going to have mica powder in the rest of it. So before I do anything, I did, like I said, I moved off the heat mat from over to the other side of my room and came over here because I didn't have time to sit and wait for it to cool down. That's going to take a while to cool down. So I just moved over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take it straight from my 6 ounces. I'm going to pour a thin layer of clear down. And then whatever is left is what I'm going to be using for my mica powders. And then we're going to just pour the mica powders in the center of it. And let the resin do its thing for the rest of the night until it's cured. So I don't want to add any heat to it or you're going to disrupt that flow that it gets. I'm just going to try to release a couple of these little bubbles that went, which they probably will never be seen, but you just don't know. I guess I only needed 1 cup. Okay, let me grab my alcohol. I'm going to pop them anyway. I only need 1 cup, so I'm going to split it in 2. What do I have left here? I have 3.5 ounces. I'm just going to kind of split it in half. A little more. I don't know if we're going to get both effects from both colors, but we're certainly going to give it a try. So let's mix up. This is Indigo by Estoyo. It's like a light lavender. You're going to want a good amount in there or you're not going to get a good effect. I've learned that the hard way, so trust me on this one. Get a nice amount of mica powder. If you go too light, you won't achieve the crackle you're going for. And make sure you mix it really, really well. You don't want your powders floating, especially on an order. or sinking. In this case, I don't want them sinking because you'll see them underneath the scripture verse that we're going to put on there. Let's just mix it up really good. That's a really pretty color. You guys, this camera does not do anything justice. It doesn't show you the right colors. It doesn't show you, like, this is really not iridescent, but like pearly, very pearly. I hope you can get that. I know it does not show my glitters correctly in the camera. They are so much more beautiful in person. I'm just going to do the same thing with this one. It is called Blue Violet. And a nice amount in there. And pretty much that's it until tomorrow. I hope I get the effect I want. If not, we're going to start over again because I don't have to finish this one. I mean, if it's good but not what she's looking for, then I'll do it again. But if it's salvageable for someone else, then I won't just toss it, of course. But I think we might have something going on today. It's really pretty. I'm just going to kind of alternate these. Not really alternate them. I'm going to pour them on top of each other because I want them to kind of combine together. I know mica powders don't like to unless you force them to. So I'll be pouring them on top of each other in a oval pattern. You'll see what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So what I'm going to do, because I kind of want an oval pattern, this is all going to move. It's going to look like the purple goes underneath and the clear comes on top by the time this is done. So I'm just kind of drizzling it together. But I want to fill in this whole section here with mica powder. Kind of alternating, hoping that that makes them want to share the space. This should this should fill it up. I should have too much actually. So I'm going to do it from down here. Actually, it looks like it's all going to fit in there. Let me just check it again. I think I need to prop this end up just barely. I'm not sure. I'm going to check it one more time. Yeah, that looks much better. Now I can fit the rest in. All right, that's it. I'm just gonna pop some bubbles and let it do its thing. It's not domed, but it's perfectly level. It's perfect with this little edge right here. So, well, yeah, because 6.5 would have domed it, and I did about 6.25 because I used the rest of that glitter in the molds that Kathy gave me. So I might put you on a time lapse for a few minutes, not too long, because it's really late at night and I need to get over this cold. It's the next morning and I'm nervous to unmold. It looks like I've got some reaction, hopefully what I'm looking for. I made this with the extras. Aren't they adorable with the cute new mold? I just took one of my awesome new pens that I just got, the metallic marker in purple, and I just colored over the paw print so it stuck out a little bit. So thank you so much for the molds. They are so adorable. I do love them. And are you ready to unmold this? Let's see what it looks like on the back. It looks crackled. I hope it's crackled enough. Let's see what we got. All right, ready? Oh, yes. Thank God. I'm so happy with that. That is exactly what I was going for. What do you think about the glitter with it? Can you even tell it's purple in the screen? Nice, very nice. Oh, I'm so happy. Although it did turn into one color purple. So they definitely melded together too much. So maybe they were too close together. I'm not sure. All right, so what I did, I printed out off camera because it is so difficult to do tiny letters. So I printed this on my Cricut. The letters, when they get so skinny like this, they are very hard to weed and it's very time consuming. And then I got to fight with the transfer tape. You know I hate transfer tape, so I grabbed my strong grip because not only when you have tiny letters are they hard to weed, but they are extremely hard to get on transfer tape as well. And I didn't want to use the painter's tape because this is for somebody else. So I did take my very good time, got all the letters on this strong grip, and that took a while. So I didn't want that to be on camera. So it should be okay. It should come off fine. Now we're just going to center it on here. I did it in silver metallic. That's part of the problem too. Because when you have the metallic paper or like glitter paper, it doesn't like to stick to the, I'm just trying to make sure it's as straight as can possibly be before oh, it's going there now. No lifting it off. The metallic and the glitter papers, because of the metallics and glitters, are hard to get on the transfer paper too. So it was like a double whammy for me on this one, but I did it. I did it. All right. Let's just hope it all comes off on the tray. Very carefully pull your transfer tape off. And then we're going to top coat it. I'm just contemplating what I want to use to top coat it. I can use UV resin or regular resin. The only difference would be dry time. Yay! I think that looks pretty good. All right, so what do I want to use? I'm going to go ahead and use my UV resin. Just need a tiny little thinnest layer. because you don't want your epoxy or whatever you're going to use the top coat to take up space out of your tray. But I do want this in here forever, so you do have to top coat it. I mean, you could use a permanent vinyl if you wanted to and not top coat it, but it's probably, you know, not going to last forever. I'm trying to find a little tool here. I'm just going to push it to the sides, and then I'm going to let it sit for a minute and make sure it's not going to separate from itself. It would separate from itself if there's not enough. So let's just get this everywhere, and then I'll grab a lighter, pop any bubbles that might be in here. And then cure it, and she's good to go. 2 quick projects, right on time. I'm just kind of tapping all over it because it's hard to tell if it's covered, and it's not, obviously. I see that right here. I might need just a dab more. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to let it sit there for a second while I grab the lighter. It's been a couple of minutes and I don't see anything separating from itself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold my light high above it. And somebody asked why on a last one. If you hold, because this is a thicker layer is what I'm thinking. A thick layer of UV resin. If I have this light too close and it gets too hot too quick, it will kind of look like it wrinkled. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to turn my light on up high and let it start curing. And then after a couple of minutes, not really minutes, but because it's starting to work right now already. And then I'll just get it closer and closer and then do a final cure really close to it till I could tap on it and make sure. I have experience in the past when the layer is too thick, the light is too close, it will come out wrinkled. So let me get this cured properly and then we'll look at the final result. And she is done. Look how gorgeous and shiny that is. Not a wrinkle in sight. So yeah, hold it high for, I think I held it up high for about 2 minutes. And then I tested the surface to make sure it was a little solid. And then I just put it right over top and I turned it on for 5 minutes just to make sure it would be completely done for her. So there you go, guys. There's another one for you. I hope you like it. Give it a try. It's pretty fun. That crackle effect was really cool. So like the veining turned black anyway, so I didn't really even need to use black ink in my transparent layer. So that worked out fine. So that's good to know. All right, I'll get you some final pictures of everything. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you all have a blessed day and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.